Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with your legs seized in pain? Or maybe you've been walking and suddenly sharp, tightening cramps that stop you in your tracks. For seniors, these muscle cramps aren't just uncomfortable. They can steal mobility, disrupt sleep, and limit independence. But here's the good news. Many of these cramps are preventable, and today you'll learn how. In this video, we're going to explore the most common but overlooked causes of leg cramps in people over 60, the foods that prevent them, and when it's time to seek medical help. Stick around because what you'll learn here could dramatically reduce your cramps and help you walk, sleep, and live more comfortably. If you enjoy tips for living a healthier life as you age, make sure to subscribe to the channel and receive new content every week. First things first, not all muscle cramps are created equal. And if we don't understand why they're happening, we can't treat them effectively. Here are the main types. Dehydration-induced cramps, often caused by not drinking enough water or losing fluids through sweat. Seniors may have a weaker thirst response, making dehydration more common. Electrolyte imbalance cramps, due to low levels of potassium, magnesium, or calcium, critical minerals for muscle function and nerve signaling. Fatigue or overuse cramps, common after walking, climbing stairs, or physical therapy, especially when muscles are already weakened by age-related sarcopenia. Medication-induced cramps, side effects from drugs that deplete nutrients or affect neuromuscular activity. Neuropathy-related cramps, caused by nerve damage, often seen in diabetics or due to B12 deficiency. Differentiating between these types can help you tailor your prevention strategies. For example, if you're well hydrated but still cramping, electrolytes or B12 may be the missing link. Understanding the type of cramp you have is the first step to fixing it, and that leads us to one major trigger seniors often overlook: the medications that may be causing your cramps. One of the most overlooked causes of leg cramps in people over 60 is medication. Certain drugs that are commonly prescribed in older age can silently deplete your body's reserves of essential nutrients or interfere with nerve and muscle function. Here are some of the most common culprits. Diuretics, water pills. These are frequently prescribed for conditions like high blood pressure, heart failure, and edema. While effective, they increase the excretion of vital electrolytes like potassium and magnesium, both essential for healthy muscle contractions. Without enough of these minerals, your muscles are far more likely to cramp, especially at night. Statins. These cholesterol-lowering drugs are widely used in seniors to prevent heart disease. However, they're known to cause muscle pain, weakness, and cramps in some individuals. This side effect, known as statin-induced myopathy, becomes more common with age as muscle mass naturally decreases. Metformin, a go-to medication for type 2 diabetes. Metformin can interfere with vitamin B12 absorption, a critical nutrient for nerve health. B12 deficiency can lead to neuropathy, which often includes symptoms like tingling, numbness, and cramping in the legs and feet. Proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, used to treat acid reflux or GERD. These drugs can reduce stomach acid to the point where magnesium and B12 absorption drop significantly. Long-term use can silently contribute to the very muscle cramps you may be trying to eliminate. Why is this especially important for older adults? Because aging bodies process, absorb, and store nutrients differently. Combine this with multiple medications, and it's easy to see how deficiencies sneak in unnoticed. If you're taking any of these medications, it doesn't mean you should stop, but it does mean you need to be aware. Talk to your doctor about testing your magnesium, B12, and vitamin D levels, and ask whether your cramps might be a medication side effect. A simple supplement dietary adjustment or medication change, guided by a professional, could be the key to relieving your symptoms safely. And now that we've uncovered this hidden culprit, Let's move on to what you can eat to naturally fight back against leg cramps. Now let's talk about what to eat to prevent cramps, starting with one of the most overlooked superfoods for seniors, nuts and seeds. For people over 60, including these in your daily routine can make a remarkable difference in how your muscles feel and function. As we age, our body becomes less efficient at absorbing nutrients. Combine that with a decreased appetite or restrictive diets, and it's no surprise that deficiencies in magnesium and potassium are common among older adults. That's exactly where nuts and seeds shine. They are packed with 4 critical components for muscle health. Magnesium, which calms overactive nerves and prevents muscle excitability, the very trigger of cramps. Potassium, which balances fluid inside muscle cells and supports smooth contractions. Healthy fats, which reduce inflammation in joints and tissues, making muscles less stiff. Protein, which supports muscle repair and strength. A 2017 review in the journal Nutrients found that up to 60% of older adults consume less than the recommended magnesium intake, putting them at greater risk for frequent cramps, especially during sleep or after activity. Here are some of the best choices you can add to your meals or snacks. Pumpkin seeds. 1 ounce delivers about 168 milligrams of magnesium, making it one of the richest natural sources. Almonds provide 77 milligrams of magnesium, plus potassium and vitamin E, which supports nerve and muscle function. Pistachios, over 290 milligrams of potassium per ounce, excellent for supporting electrolyte balance. Flax seeds and chia seeds, great for omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce chronic inflammation and support muscle tissue recovery. If you're over 60, aim for a small handful, about 1 ounce of nuts or 2 tablespoons of seeds per day. This might seem small, but it's highly concentrated in nutrients and easy to add to yogurt, salads, oatmeal, or smoothies. Just be mindful of portion size. Nuts and seeds are calorie dense, and always choose unsalted versions to avoid excessive sodium, which can worsen dehydration and increase cramping. Pro tip: if you have difficulty chewing, try lightly toasting nuts or soaking them overnight. And for anyone with digestive sensitivities, ground flax or chia is gentler on the stomach. Making this one small change in your diet can help relax your muscles, restore key minerals, and significantly reduce the frequency and intensity of those frustrating leg cramps. Next up, another delicious and powerful food for muscle support, especially at night. Second food on the list, bananas, and for good reason. They're one of nature's most convenient snacks, but they also pack a serious punch when it comes to preventing leg cramps. Bananas are rich in potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B6, a trio of nutrients essential for regulating nerve signals, balancing body fluids, and reducing the likelihood of cramping. Why is this important for people over 60? Because with age, potassium levels tend to drop. This can happen due to lower intake, but also because many older adults take diuretics or water pills, which flush potassium from the body. Low potassium affects the way nerves send signals to your muscles. When those signals get disrupted, it can cause painful, involuntary muscle contractions, what we call cramps. A medium banana contains approximately 420 milligrams of potassium, about 12% of the recommended daily intake. 32 milligrams of magnesium to help calm overactive muscle fibers. 4.4 milligrams of vitamin B6, which is 30% of the daily recommended amount for seniors and vital for proper nerve communication. The vitamin B6 in bananas supports the nervous system by helping transmit signals from the brain to the muscles. A deficiency in B6 can make your nerves sluggish, leading to spasms, tingling, or even weakness in your legs. Common symptoms in seniors who don't get enough of this vitamin. Eating 1 banana a day can make a noticeable difference in muscle function, especially if you're someone who struggles with cramps at night. Plus, bananas contain natural sugars and water, which can help with hydration, a crucial but often forgotten factor in muscle health. Here's a pro tip for those with diabetes. Don't avoid bananas altogether. Instead, combine them with fiber-rich foods like oats, flax seeds, or a handful of nuts to help slow the absorption of sugars and maintain better blood glucose control. And if you tend to get cramps during the night, consider having your banana in the early evening or with dinner. That way, your body has time to absorb the nutrients and support overnight muscle recovery. Simple, tasty, and packed with what your muscles crave. Bananas are a senior-friendly superfood that works as both prevention and relief. Up next, a familiar breakfast item that does more for your muscles than you might think. Next up, eggs, one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet, and an especially smart choice for anyone over 60. Eggs are a complete source of protein, containing all 9 essential amino acids needed for muscle repair, recovery, and strength maintenance. But the benefits don't stop there. They contain vitamin D, which supports calcium absorption and proper muscle contraction, both essential to preventing cramps and weakness. They're rich in vitamin B12, which plays a critical role in nerve function, helping prevent neuropathy-related cramps, tingling, and balance issues. Why does this matter more in older adults? Because vitamin D deficiency is extremely common among seniors, especially those who spend less time outdoors or live in colder climates. Without enough vitamin D, your body can't absorb calcium properly, which directly impacts your muscles and bones. Similarly, B12 deficiency is widespread in people over 60 due to a natural decline in stomach acid and the use of medications like metformin for diabetes or proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, for acid reflux, which block B12 absorption. The result? Increased risk of nerve damage, muscle spasms, and cramps. Just one large egg offers 6 grams of high-quality protein, 40 units of vitamin D, 0.6 micrograms of vitamin B12, 25% of the RDI for seniors. According to the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, seniors with low B12 levels are more likely to experience neuromuscular problems, including cramps, burning sensations in the legs, and even difficulty walking. Eating 6 to 7 eggs per week is considered safe and beneficial for most seniors. And if you're worried about cholesterol, that current research supports moderate egg consumption as safe for heart health. Still concerned? You can stick to egg whites, which deliver protein without cholesterol. Pro tip: include eggs in your breakfast or early dinner to help support overnight muscle recovery. Scrambled, boiled, or poached, eggs are versatile, easy to digest, and incredibly nourishing for aging muscles and nerves. Now let's talk about one more powerful nutrient you need on your plate if you want to stay cramp-free: calcium. You've heard about calcium your entire life, mostly in connection to strong bones. But what many people over 60 don't realize is that calcium is equally essential for muscle function, especially when it comes to preventing cramps. Your muscles need calcium to contract and relax properly. If your levels are low, muscles may misfire or stay tense longer than they should, leading to cramps, spasms, or that uncomfortable tingling sensation in your legs or feet. And here's the thing: as we age, our ability to absorb calcium from food naturally declines. At the same time, many older adults produce less stomach acid or take medications like antacids or PPIs, proton pump inhibitors, which further impair calcium absorption. So while calcium needs go up with age, absorption goes down, a dangerous combination if not addressed through proper nutrition. While supplements are commonly used, they may not always be the best first option. In fact, Excessive calcium supplementation has been linked to kidney stones, constipation, and even the calcification of soft tissues like arteries or tendons when taken in high doses or without balance from other nutrients. Instead, focus on whole food sources of calcium that offer better absorption and come paired with supportive nutrients like magnesium, vitamin K2, and phosphorus, all of which work synergistically to help your body use calcium efficiently. Some of the best senior-friendly sources include leafy greens like collard greens, kale, and bok choy, low in oxalates and high in bioavailable calcium. Sardines with bones, one of the richest, most absorbable sources of calcium. Fortified plant milks like almond or soy milk with added calcium and vitamin D. Tofu, especially if prepared with calcium sulfate, which boosts its calcium content significantly. Aim for 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams of calcium per day, ideally through food. And to help your body absorb that calcium, make sure you're also getting adequate vitamin D, either from sun exposure, about 15 minutes a day, or from dietary sources like eggs and fortified foods. If you're unsure whether you're getting enough or possibly too much, ask your doctor to check your blood calcium and vitamin D levels. That way you can avoid the risks of both deficiency and excess. Now that we've covered the nutrients your body craves to stay cramp-free, let's discuss when it's time to seek help beyond food. Muscles are 75% water. When you're even mildly dehydrated, your muscles can misfire, especially at night when circulation slows. Older adults have a reduced thirst signal, so they often drink less. Add to that the use of diuretics and the risk increases. Solution: drink at least 6 to 8 cups of water per day, more effective in hot weather. Include electrolyte-rich foods, bananas, nuts, leafy greens, yogurt. Consider low-sugar electrolyte drinks if you sweat a lot or use diuretics. If you've made lifestyle changes and your cramps persist, or if they're severe, frequent, or come with numbness, it's time to see your doctor. Cramps could be a sign of peripheral artery disease, PAD, diabetic neuropathy, B12 deficiency, kidney dysfunction, or even medication side effects. Ask your provider about testing electrolyte levels, vitamin D, and B12, reviewing your medications for side effects, and assessing for circulation or nerve issues. Never ignore cramps that disrupt your daily life. This content is for informational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Each individual is unique and should be assessed on a case-by-case basis. Always consult your doctor or a qualified healthcare professional for personalized recommendations. If you want to see more tips like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Share this video with someone you love who also deserves to age with health and independence. Stay strong, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.